The brand new synopsis for The Flash is out. This one is for Season 9, Episode 11, titled A New World Part 2, aka the second episode of the Cobalt Blue storyline, and it hints to some very interesting things taking place in this Cobalt Blue storyline, such as the Flash potentially being trapped in the past in time, and Cobalt Blue's big reveal, which we will talk about through like set photos we know about this episode. So yeah, if all of this sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. Yeah, we are out with the breaks now. We don't have any more breaks for The Flash. This week, we will have the special episode airing with Oliver Queen's return. So Season 9, Episode 9 will be airing this week, and then from this week onwards, we're not going to have any more breaks. So we're going to have the Oliver Queen episode this week, and then next week, we're going to have the Cobalt Blue storyline officially starting, so we're not getting any more breaks until the season is now over. Obviously, the watch parties are going to still be on, so starting this week, we do obviously have the watch party for The Flash Season 9, Episode 9, which is the Oliver Queen return episode, and that is something I am really looking forward to. But without a doubt, another thing that all of us Flash fans are really looking forward to with this final season is the Cobalt Blue storyline, as not only Cobalt Blue has been the villain so many of us have wanted to see for so long now, but also this will be the final few episodes of the show ever, so this is when the emotions are going to start kicking in, and obviously we'll be getting a bunch of returning characters and various other things like that. So very interesting stuff. But yeah, as I said, this time we do have the synopsis for Season 9, Episode 11 to break down. It is the third last episode of the season, titled A New World Part 2. So it seems like they're going to continue with this A New World thing. I don't know if it means anything. Like, I don't know if Cobalt Blue literally like creates another timeline and that's what explains the returning characters or something like that. But like the heavy emphasis on a new world suggests like there is something going up over here. Like, could it be the doing of the crystal? And it is indeed that like that blue crystal that creates the new world. I'm interested to see why there's such emphasis on like the title of A New World, because the next upcoming episodes it's going to be A New World Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. So everything we're going to be getting until the show ends after the Oliver Queen return episode is going to be titled A New World Part whatever part it is. So it seems very interesting, and I am actually really intrigued in regards to that. But what's more interesting is the synopsis, which we will talk about in just a second. The only thing I do want to mention is this episode is directed by Kayla Compton, aka the actress who plays Allegra Garcia. But yeah, here's the synopsis for Season 9, Episode 11. Believe in the impossible. Iris is alarmed by Barry's disappearance, and Cecile assures her everything will be okay. But does she know that for certain? Team Flash is affected by a mysterious substance, and Keone develops a better understanding of what she can and cannot control. So yeah, quite an interesting synopsis to say the least. Obviously, breaking down the first part of the synopsis, Iris is alarmed by Barry's disappearance, and Cecile assures her that everything will be okay, but does she know that for certain? So in regards to this, it seems like Barry is still missing. We do know that in the previous synopsis, it did say something along the lines of Barry being like missing in the past, like he's displaced through time. Well, to be exact, the previous synopsis does say Barry is suddenly nowhere to be found. In trying to get back home, Barry runs across many familiar faces. That's what the synopsis specifically says for the previous episode. However, through set photos, it is that we know Barry is actually stuck in the past, most specifically a couple of hours before Nora Allen's murder, and we know that through like the clothes Henry Allen and Nora Allen are wearing. It's the exact same clothes that they wore when Nora Allen was murdered and Henry Allen goes to prison with. So that's how we know that whatever scenes taking place that we saw from set photos, it's going to be hours before Henry and Nora Allen's murder. But we know Barry is stuck in the past over there. Like, he sees his parents, he interacts with his parents, and you know, we get to see like Joe and Sing, who's like a younger version of themselves as well. So Barry is stuck in the past over here. And from this synopsis with episode 11, it seems like Barry is still missing, and it's like concerning Iris and stuff like that. So it is interesting to see why exactly Barry cannot go back to like, you know, his own timeline. Is it that Cobalt Blue got him stuck in this new world, as they put emphasis on the title A New World? So it could be that Cobalt Blue made him stuck in that timeline, or it could just be there is another reason why Barry is missing. But whatever the reason is, I am actually really, really intrigued to see what's going on over here. But yeah, the next part of the synopsis does say Team Flash is affected by a mysterious substance, and Keon develops a better understanding of what she can and cannot control. So in regards to Team Flash being affected by a mysterious substance, I'm going to assume that it's going to be the crystal, because obviously we know the crystal is going to be playing a big part in this storyline, to be specific, because we know Cobalt Blue is going to have this crystal, but also we've seen it in various set photos. I'm pretty sure we've seen it in every set photo that's been out. I could be very wrong about this, but I'm not entirely sure. I know for a fact we've seen it in the episode 10 set photos, and Joe is holding the blue crystal. But then for the episode 11 set photos, I cannot remember if we had Cobalt Blue, or shall I say Eddie Thawne, holding the crystal in the graveyard scene. I could be wrong about that. I cannot remember, so I'm not going to say that we definitely saw it, but I'm pretty sure he did have it there as well. And obviously we know that he's going to have it on himself with the Cobalt Blue costume when he fully becomes Cobalt Blue in the series finale of the show. So we do know that the blue crystal itself is going to play like a big role in this graphic novel, and that's why I'm suggesting that it's that blue crystal that creates this new world, and it's obviously what helps Eddie Thawne get his Cobalt Blue abilities. It could even be that's the reason how Eddie Thawne comes back to life. I don't know, but I guess we will have to wait and see. But in regards to Team Flash being affected by a mysterious substance, I'm going to assume that it's something related to the blue crystal with Cobalt Blue. However, as I said, I could be very, very wrong. And then lastly, Keon develops a better understanding of what she can and cannot control. Doesn't really particularly interest me that much, but it's obviously got to do with further developing Keon's character. We have established that she does have powers, and it does seem like she's going to be like a pretty integral part of this Cobalt Blue storyline, saying that the previous synopsis did also talk about like Keon's abilities and stuff like that as well. So I'm guessing that Keon's going to be a very important character for the final few episodes of the season. But I guess we will have to wait and see in regards to what's in store for the character of Keon. But yeah, lastly, I do want to talk about the set photos we have for episode 11, as it's got to do with what we're talking about over here, so I'm going to mention it. But yeah, in the set photos we have pretty much the actor who plays Eddie Thawne, Rick Cosnett, as we can assume Eddie Thawne. I know there have been rumors going out there saying there's potential for him to be Malcolm Thawne as well, but to be completely honest, I'd rather have him as Eddie Thawne, just because it would make much more sense in terms of Eddie's revenge, I believe. I think that would make the most sense in my opinion. It's going to be a very personal storyline, obviously, because the Flash in season 1 pretty much stole everything from Eddie. He stole Iris, and Eddie saved the day in season 1, but Barry obviously took the credit for it. So obviously you could play around with like jealousy. You could really establish a very good personal rivalry over here. And I don't think it would work as well if it was Malcolm Thawne. That's why I'd rather have Rick Cosnett playing Eddie Thawne instead. But I don't know, I guess we will have to wait and see for the storyline to fully develop before it come to a conclusion. But in this scene, we had Rick Cosnett's character, either Eddie or Malcolm, digging up a grave, and he was doing like very like furiously in like a fast manner, and he was digging up Eddie Thawne's grave, to be specific. In regards to why he's doing that, I don't know. Maybe it's just that Eddie's confused, saying like, oh wait, why am I dead? And then he digs up his grave to see like there's no body or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but I am very, very intrigued. But the graveyard set photos has got to be in regards to whatever's going on in this episode. But one thing I do want to mention is that Eddie Thawne does say something in the set photos. He does say, I am Eddie, I am alive, and I need to know why, which does suggest that this could be Eddie, not Malcolm Thawne. So it just seems like Eddie, like he's back, he's revived, and that's what suggests the new world title. Like the timeline's been changed, and I'm assuming this has got to do with the blue crystal in some way. And for that reason, Eddie Thawne is alive, and he's digging up a grave because he's confused. He doesn't know why he's dead. So, you know, he digs up the grave only to find out that there's no body there. It's just him in the flesh, Eddie Thawne. He's alive. He's just digging up his own grave. So that could be what's going on over here as well. So maybe it is actually the blue crystal that somewhat changes the timeline, and Eddie is just suddenly over there. That could be what's going on. However, I do doubt it. I think that's way too far-fetched. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see in regards to whether this character is going to be actually be Eddie, or is this going to be Malcolm Thon, someone related to Eddie Thon at least. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this as well. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts and theories in regards to all of this. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video.